Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer killed 17 boys and men between 1978 and 1991, and his story is one of the most shocking because of how close he came to getting away with it, even at the very end. In 1991, one of his victims escaped from his apartment and ran into the street in a confused state. Police were called. Dahmer calmly walked up, spoke in a relaxed voice, and told officers it was just a private situation that got out of hand. For a moment, they believed him. That is how normal he sounded. But when they checked his apartment, they found photos that immediately showed the truth. Neighbors had complained before about strange smells and sounds, but nothing serious was done at the time. That one moment changed everything. His case is famous because it shows how someone can hide something horrible while living in a normal building, surrounded by people who had no idea. Bundy. Ted Bundy killed at least 30 young women, and many believe the real number is higher. He did not force his way into situations. He created them. He would pretend to be injured by wearing a sling or a cast and ask women for help with simple tasks like carrying books. It looked harmless, and that is why it worked. One of the most unbelievable parts of his story is his escape from jail. He lost weight on purpose so he could fit through a small opening in the ceiling of his cell. After dropping down, he walked out while guards had no clue. He traveled to another state and killed again before being caught. Bundy's case shocked people because he showed how someone could use trust and kindness as tools. Gacy. John Wayne Gacy killed 33 young men and boys. He ran a construction business and used it to meet many of his victims. This gave him a steady way to bring people into his life without raising suspicion. What made his case stand out was what he did after the killings. He buried many victims under his own house in a crawl space. Over time, the smell became strong enough that he had to explain it away as a plumbing problem. People accepted that explanation. When police finally searched his home after linking him to a missing teenager, they uncovered what had been hidden for years. Gacy also appeared in public as a clown at events, which made the contrast between his public image and private actions even more disturbing. Ramirez. Richard Ramirez killed at least 13 people and attacked many others during 1984 and 1985. He entered homes at night, often choosing them at random, which made people feel unsafe even inside their own rooms. There was no clear pattern, which made it difficult for police to predict his next move. Fear spread quickly across Los Angeles, and people started changing their daily habits. The turning point came when his photo was released to the public. A group of people recognized him in a neighborhood and chased him through the streets. He was caught and held down by bystanders until police arrived. That moment became one of the clearest examples of how public awareness helped end a case. BTK. Dennis Rader, known as BTK, killed 10 people between 1974 and 1991. After many years of silence, he contacted the media again, bringing attention back to the case. He wanted to feel important and in control. During this time, he asked police if a floppy disk could be traced. When they responded, he believed them and sent one. Investigators recovered data from the disk that linked it to a computer at a church where he worked. That single mistake led directly to his arrest in 2005. His case is often remembered because he avoided capture for so long, but was finally caught due to a simple decision. Son of Sam. David Berkowitz killed 6 people and injured several others in New York City. He targeted people sitting in parked cars, which made the attacks feel random and unpredictable. He also sent letters to police and newspapers using the name Son of Sam, which increased fear and media attention. His arrest came from a small detail. A parking ticket was issued near one of the crime scenes, and police traced it back to his vehicle. That connection led to his capture. After months of fear, the case ended because of something as simple as a traffic violation. Wuornos. Eileen Wuornos killed 7 men between 1989 and 1990. She met them while hitchhiking along highways in Florida. After each killing, she took the victim's car and used it to travel, which later became a key clue. Investigators tracked these vehicles and connected the pattern across multiple cases. Wuornos claimed that some of the incidents were acts of self-defense, which led to ongoing debates about her story. However, the repeated pattern and evidence led to her arrest. Her case is often discussed because it mixes crime with a difficult personal background. Holmes. Holmes is linked to several murders in the late 1800s, though the exact number is debated. He built a hotel in Chicago with hidden rooms and unusual layouts. Guests and workers moved through the building, but some disappeared without clear explanation. Holmes also used fake identities and financial scams to avoid being tracked. In one case, he convinced a business partner to take out a life insurance policy and then killed him to collect the money. His case is remembered because he combined planning, deception, and crime in a way that was unusual for that time. Gain. Ed Gain killed 2 women, but his actions after the crimes made his case widely known. He lived alone in a rural area and had a strong attachment to his mother. After her death, he began digging up graves and taking items from burial sites. When police searched his home, they found evidence that showed a long pattern of strange and disturbing behavior. His case later inspired characters in horror films because of how unusual his life had become. Fish. Albert Fish was responsible for at least 3 confirmed murders, though he claimed more. One of the most shocking details in his case is the letter he sent to a victim's family, where he calmly described what he had done. That letter provided the key evidence needed for police to identify and arrest him in 1934. Fish did not match what people expected a dangerous person to look like, which made his crimes even more unsettling. Panzram. Carl Panzram admitted to killing more than 20 people during his lifetime. He spent many years in prison and wrote about his actions while in custody. His writings showed repeated violence without any attempt to hide or excuse it. Unlike others who tried to appear normal, he openly described his behavior, which made his case stand out in a different way. Ripper, Jack the Ripper, is believed to have killed at least 5 women in London in 1888. The case became widely known because of the fear it created and the fact that the killer was never officially identified. Letters sent to newspapers claimed to be from the killer and helped create the name that is still used today. Despite many theories, no final answer has been confirmed, which is why the case continues to be discussed. If you liked the video, can you subscribe, please?